Good evening. You're watching Hungary Reports, kicking off public media and one's foreign language news hour. I'm Morsha Plum. Thanks for joining us. From the 1st of January onwards, about 1 million people will realize that the minimum wage and the guaranteed minimum wage have increased by another 8%. It means that everyone should be paid a higher salary in February. Analysts expect the wage increases to continue this year as well.
More than 1 million people are affected by the January increase of minimum wage and guaranteed minimum wage. The amount of minimum wage affecting almost 300 people increased by 8%, up to around 477 euros, while the guaranteed minimum wage for those with post-secondary education will get around 622 euros. As a result, over 800,000 people will receive 47 euros more per month. Wages have been rising continuously over the past 10 years. While in 2010 the minimum wage was almost 218 euros, 5 years later it exceeded 296 euros, and in 2020 it exceeded 474 euros. So it more than doubled compared to 2010. The situation is the same with the guaranteed minimum wage. Earlier, the minimum wage of employees with secondary education was below 296 euros. By 2015, the situation had improved and their salaries increased by more than 68 euros. This year it has grown by a further 8%, and the minimum wage for employees with certain qualifications already exceeds 222 euros. An expert told M1 News Channel that wage growth is having a positive effect on the economy as a whole. This means that the disposable income of households will increase. Of course, they make savings on one hand and spend on consumption on the other hand. It means partly the purchase of domestic goods and services and partly the imports, Gábor Egős said. After spectacular wage growth in recent years, the government expects a significant increase of around 9% this year. The government has been continuously working on wage increase for years, and it can be said that, considering the family tax benefits too, wages have grown by 87% from 2010 till 2019, Sándor Bodó said. These payroll data are the fourth highest in regards of the European Union, while showing the greatest rise amongst the V4.
A visitors ban has been put into effect at 9 hospitals and clinics because of the flu. Officially, a flu epidemic hasn't been declared yet, but official data and experience show that there are more and more patients in the country. The most affected regions are Heves and Fejér County.
Despite prior treatments, this little boy is still coughing. That's why his mom brought him back to the doctor's office. He had a high fever this weekend. He started coughing really bad, so we brought him back, the mother said. According to doctors, the flu season has started. There are more and more patients. Doctors call to mind the importance of taking rest when needed, as this is how one can evade complications. Today, numbers have leaped. There were more than 80 people with flu-like symptoms, meaning high fever, pain in the limbs, cold shivers, painful headaches, nausea, lack of appetite, the classic signs of the flu, combined with the common cold. So I feel like, based on the number of patients, that the epidemic has begun, György Bóta said. This is what they also pay attention to at this elementary school in Tata, in order to avoid the spread of the flu. Despite these efforts, there are still many who are ill. 2 to 3 or even 4 to 5 students are missing per class. In addition to regular cleaning efforts, we sanitize door handles. Additionally, we remind students to wash their hands on a regular basis, Edith Varga said. On account of the growing number of patients, a visitor's ban has been put into effect at several hospitals in the county of Heves and Fejér. The visitor's ban, which usually occurs every year, is set on place to protect impatients from various virus infections. So we ask visitors to abide by these rules if they can, István Reiber said. According to experts, even though there are crowds at the doctor's office, the peak of the flu is expected in February.
Hungarian families produce twice as much pharmaceutical waste as 15 years ago. This is what pharmacists have pointed out. It's just one of the problems, and the other one is that many people still throw the unused medications or household medical waste to the ordinary garbage can, even though they are considered as hazardous waste.
This pharmacy in Zalaegerszeg is very busy. Some people purchase only vitamins and creams, while many buy prescription medications. There are many cases where the medications are past their expiration date. According to certain surveys, pharmaceutical households' waste has doubled in the past 15 years. Experience has shown that many don't know how or don't care that expired or unused medications have to be collected separately and must not be thrown into the household waste. The professional staff of every pharmacy helps with proper disposal, so patients need not hesitate to ask advice from the pharmacist. Proper hazardous medical waste disposal is provided in every single healthcare institution, Dr. Gábor Batka said. Medical waste can be disposed at more than 4,100 collection points. The green containers can be found in pharmacies and gas stations as well. The collected medical waste is professionally destroyed, usually by incineration. It is very important to collect waste selectively because the active ingredients of medicinal products can contaminate the environment, get into the soil and the waters, and they can get back to humans through live organisms, possibly causing health damages to the population, Tamás Marjai said. Survey shows that more than 2,500 tons of pharmaceutical waste has been generated in the past 10 years in Hungary.
The Hungarian State Railway Company will further expand the number of ticket vending machines in 2020. Another 375 devices will be put into service by the end of the year, which will triple the number of ticket machines. The development will cost 13 million euros, and the goal is that the proportion of tickets sold electronically reaches 60% within 2 years.
These young people always buy their tickets at this ticket machine. They say it's faster than waiting in line. I always buy my tickets at the ticket machine because it's much faster. It's easier and I like it, Julia Kertész said. Many would do likewise. However, most stations don't have ticket machines as of yet. This is Budapest Nyugati Railway Station Monday early afternoon. Huge lines are at the ticket booths. Despite this, 60% of travelers buy their tickets in this way. Personal contact is really important, and otherwise it provides a sense of safety, that I don't have to touch the buttons, and if I accidentally press the wrong button, then I have to go back a step. So it's really complicated, and it takes a long time, this woman said. Between 2013 and 2015, the Hungarian State Railway Company built 110 ticket machines at stations in Budapest, at suburban stations, as well as at stations in larger cities of Hungary. Since then, they have been steadily expanding the number of the machines, and today there are nearly 180 ticket outlets at 75 stations. In 2020, they are set to install 375 new machines. Of these, 100 will only accept bank cards, while 275 will also accept cash. They will have two screens. One will be the interface for buying tickets. The other will have information, ads, and in the case of emergency, hopefully it won't come to pass, it will provide extra information if needed, József kerékgyártó said. Following maintenance and development of the old machines at major stations, the Hungarian State Railway Company will introduce such machines in the rural areas of Hungary and on the lines to and from Lake Balaton. The test stage of these ticket vending machines will commence in March at the Eastern and Western railway stations respectively. The Hungarian State Railway Company is also developing a ticket app. The goal of the Hungarian Railway is to better utilize modern channels of purchasing tickets. Accordingly, the goal is that the proportion of tickets sold electronically reaches 60% within 2 years.
Spectacular developments will make the visit to the Castle of Gyula even more unforgettable in the future. Visiting the exhibition is even more enjoyable with the help of 21st century technology. In addition to digital upgrades, the exhibition features original 16th century weapons, objects and mock-ups to showcase the life of the castle and the 1566 Turkish siege, which lasted for 2 months. The Reformed Church in Soly in Veszprém County is one of the oldest village churches in Hungary. There was once a chapel on the site of the today's bark building. The first written document of this comes from 1009. The church was erected by St. Stephen, the first king of Hungary. During the excavations, paintings were found on the oldest walls of the building. The Reformed Church of Soly was declared a historical site in 2013. That's all for now, but we'll be back tomorrow night at around the same time, and you can catch Hungary reports online as well. Please stay tuned for our shows in German, Russian and Chinese. Thanks for watching. Take care. Good night.